Welcome to the vlog. Did you know the UK has a National Space Centre? Well, it does, and it is in Leicester. Join us as we explore the history of UK space travel. We look at some rockets, we look at some spacesuits, and more. So the Space Centre is in Leicester. It's not actually somewhere where spaceships fly from. It is a museum, a charity in fact, showing lots of artefacts and historical items from UK's space exploration. They also have other bits and pieces from the US space programme as well as the Russian space programme. So when you walk in, one of the first things you will see is this display of spacesuits and the various items they would wear during the different phases of the mission. And then if you look up as you walk in, you'll see this, a Soyuz rocket. To see here, we have gone up the stairs and then you can get level with the rocket. Or the capsule really. This is has the service module as well as the living area for the cosmonauts, as this was Russian. But obviously for a good 10-year period, after the space shuttle stopped flying and before SpaceX started flying, the Americans bought a seat on the Soyuz as well, so it was used by both American astronauts as well as Russian cosmonauts. Now below you've got the canteen area where you can buy some food, very basic food, nothing very exciting, hot dogs, jacket potatoes, nothing great. But if you look up, you can see this great big rocket, and if you go up in the elevator you can see it all the way up. It is huge, dominates the area going up. But we made our way up in the lift to the top floor so we could work our way down. So in this part of the museum there's lots to see, lots of interesting history, as well as this little area that gives you an idea of what homes were like in America during the 60s. So it's very interesting to think that when human beings were last walking on the moon, this is what your average American home looked like back in the late 60s, early 70s. There are also some simulations. We can try and land your spaceship on the moon. And there's this one where it gives you an idea of what it would have been like to work in mission control, as well as being in the capsule waiting for takeoff. So this was good fun. So the children divided. One was at mission control while one was in the capsule awaiting instructions for a safe takeoff. So we have Seth here inside the capsule awaiting instructions from mission control, and then round here we have Dylan in mission control going through all the processes and procedures, and then we can see Seth in the monitor there being told to click the various switches and get his rocket prepared for takeoff. It was good fun. It's all about getting everything in the right place, temperatures just right. We don't want to overheat the rocket, and following the instructions that were given. And then Dylan's got to talk through the instructions through the microphone to Seth, who then has to click the various switches and make sure everything is ready for takeoff. Now there's a little bit of a queue for this one because this simulation takes about 5 minutes in total. So if there's a few people in front of you, it takes a little bit of time. At this point it was a case of trying to make sure we've got everything just right. So sometimes we get a bit too hot, sometimes it wasn't enough. So trying to follow through what we needed to get in the right place. But we got there eventually. And then all ready for takeoff. So there we go, ready for takeoff. I'm being told, get back, don't want to get blown away by the rocket fumes coming out. So let's get ready. And here we go. It looks like we are ready to go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and take off. And it looks like we have a successful takeoff, and he's off into space. I think that will make Seth the youngest astronaut in space at just 7 years old. And then downstairs we've got the areas that split into different sections. So into space, the universe. Then we come over here, we've got our solar system. And then our home planet. And then at the end here we've got something quite fun, which I wasn't expecting, which we'll show you in a bit. But as we make our way through the various sections, we can see things like this. This belonged to Helen Sharman. She was the first British astronaut. Most people think it's Tim Peake, but it wasn't, it was Helen. So she was a British astronaut, but she wasn't part of a British space program. She was actually a privately funded astronaut, funded by Britain, to go to Russia as part of a Women in Space program, and not only being the first British person in space, she is also the first woman to visit the Mir space station, and this is way back in May 1991. So we continue to look around the museum. There's lots of little activities we can do, all these brain training things that will be the equivalent of the things that astronauts might have to train for. Then we go around to the next section, the solar system bit. There's lots more interactive games and things you can do. It is good fun, and it's a great day out for the family. And then we can continue to walk around, and you know that bit we said that was at the end? Well, we decided to go there now. So having spotted the opportunity where the queue was very low at this point, we went over, and it is an interactive experience, let's say. So the whole premise is that we are going off on a little trip into space. So we go for our briefing, and we're told, disaster, the world's going to end, and we are in the right place at the right time to save it. So we get our briefing. We're told, look, here we go, you've got to take this, we're going to go into the rocket, and we've got to go to Mars.
To retrieve the specimens and return them to Earth.
Commander, sorry to interrupt, but there must be a mistake, because these people are just space tourists. They've got no experience in space flights whatsoever.
These aren't just tourists. They are a group of capable people. They're definitely smarter than they look. I know this is a big task. Thousands of people have dedicated their whole lives in pursuit of this research. And now we are asking this small group of people to be a crucial part of this historic mission.
Commander, am I going to Mars as well?
We're going to need everyone on board to work together as a team.
So as you said, we're going to all work together as a team. We're going to get onto the spaceship and get ready to go off into space, and then we arrive at the Mars space station, where we find we have to do various activities and collect various objects to complete our mission and bring this back to Earth. No, it's good fun. It is quite impressive actually how this is all set out, and it is good fun. It's something I'd highly recommend. So here we go, we've done our various challenges. There are other people doing theirs. Everyone's got their own tasks of what they need to do. So you're not all fighting over each other. You're all doing your own individual tasks. So other families are there, and it is good fun. So we are here collecting what we need, so that we can get it all together, all these samples together, and we've got to bring them back to Earth.
Versions of me. Grab them and load up the tetrabank next to the airlock.
Katie, don't worry about specimens anymore, we've got to charge baby Adas. They are all over the base. Grab them and bring them to the detention bank over here. That's it, look out the window at that storm. It has completely taken over. We have got to get out of here. Okay, can you two please come onto the specimen box? We can't, of course, leave without all our hard work. Two guys creator again, and let's get ourselves out of here. Through the airlock to the escape pod. Maybe this way. Yes, team, into the escape pod. Here it is.
Power.
To the warp drive now.
Everybody say goodbye to Ada. Thank you for your sacrifice. There she goes. And look, it's the Earth. She saved us. Oh no, we're coming in too fast. Find the air brakes, everyone. Good job, team. We're slowing down.
Do you read us? Please come in.
Hello?
Do you read us?
Commander, we read you loud and clear. We did it, team. Woo-hoo!
So that was great fun. Not something I was expecting. Also in the museum there is a large planetarium, which is good fun. There's two different shows, one aimed more towards children and one more for adults, but both are really good shows and included in your ticket price. So talking about the ticket price, it is $19.95 for an adult ticket, $17.95 for a child ticket that's up to 16, and children 5 and under are free. And that is the current 2024 price. Lots of parking, and it is a good day out for the whole family. You can spend a whole day here and have a really good time. So I would highly recommend it. Thank you for joining us. It'd mean a lot if you could like and subscribe. And please join us next week when we go back in time to 2012 to our trip to America. See you then.